Hey everyone, it is Stacy with Stacy's Ritzy TP Crafts, and I'm coming to you with a little whip and chat. Just a nonchalant little whip and chat. Um, yeah, it's been a hot minute. Um, Stuff has been going on. We will go over that, but if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Stacy, and this is Stacy's Ritzy TP Crafts. Um, I do all different types of crafts, but I usually only video my diamond painting. Um, I do crochet and I've done a 3D art as well. Um, Little project I was working on. So I've been trying some other stuff, but welcome to the channel if it's your first time here. Appreciate you popping in and checking me out, and if you're returning, welcome back. Missed you guys. I missed you guys. Just been keeping super, super busy. And we'll catch up a little bit on that. Go over social life, go over mental health life, all that wonderful good stuff to help um, make it a positive, fun experience for you all. And a little bit of an announcement with the June Pride event that's coming up in June. Yeah, so I think I'm going to work on my retro project if I can get this one finished in time, but I don't think this one's going to get finished in time because there's way too much confetti. So what am I actually working on? This is an image from Ora Loa. It's an older image by Laura Filippio, and I think that name sounds familiar. I'm thinking my Snow White might have been from her too, but not my Snow White. My Elphaba? I don't know. That Elphaba had a different name from Dak, but it sounded like this one, and I forget which name it was. But anyway, um, yeah, just a little rant there. But I am working on what is this called? Nafi, um, Nafiso and Friends, and it was an image I pulled out and purchased for their. Ooh, why is that? Oh, I left my thing open. Not good, Stacy. But I purchased this with Orloa, my first, I think, year diamond painting, and I just never got to it because I also picked up the Mad Hatter, I think it was called, and I just did not have fun doing the Mad Hatter. Um, it was the first year I'm working with a lot of confetti diamond painting, and it just got to be a little too much for me. And then I found that some of the drills weren't properly sticking, and it just became a little more frustrating than it needed to be. And so I think I tossed that image, and I've had this one boxed up. And this year, like unpacking stuff, I needed something to do, and I was just like, I have this one sitting here. Let me just get through it. Um, it's not one I was looking forward to doing because I remember how much confetti I think I want to say it was called the White Rabbit, or it was an Alice in Wonderland one, and I did it for the Alice in Wonderland event every that goes on with Lindsay in January. Um, but I just opened this one up. I'm like, you know what? Let me just see what's going on with it, how it's going, if it's workable, if I can get past it. I really wanted to do some, to finish all my quick, easy ones, and this just was not the one to choose, but I am muddling through it, and yeah, it's still a lot of confetti, and my putty does not want to pick up because I need to reload it, but it's still a ton of confetti, which it is what it is, and right now I just want to get through it. I actually, unbelievably, I tossed all of my boxes for Diamond Art Club on anything that was already done. And I started hanging up on the pant hangers that have like four hangers to one big hanger. I don't know if you've ever seen that or not, but yeah, so I started hanging them that way. And oh my gosh, I freed up so much room in my closet. Oh, and now I can go look through the images and pull out the ones that I want real easily for like the holidays. And I can flip them around and stick them up for the holidays when I want to. It just makes it so much easier. I'm going to be velcroing the backs of them and velcroing it putting a Velcro on the back of the canvas and then Velcro on the wall so it'll be easy to switch my images out. And I'm having issues with it sticking because I actually spilled my putty's not completely working for me right now, and I don't know why. But I accidentally spilled rice cakes on them, and I have the crumbs on it. So I've got Mod Podge right here, see? So anytime it becomes too loose, I will just Mod Podge over it. But I'm at least trying to lay the drills down. And you can see I'm struggling, but that was my fault, not the canvas fault. And it is still doable. There we go. Now we're picking things up. Now we're moving along. But yeah, I always spill something on my canvases. They're never 100% clean, but it is what it is. I don't sell my canvases. I have one that I've got prepping for a gift. And that one does need to be cleaned a little, just a little bit on the edges. And then I think I'm just going to lay it on a canvas and Mod Podge it because it has some ABs, but I don't think it's got a lot. And I think if I just wipe off the Mod Podge from the top of the drills, the ABs will be fine. Because it is easy to wipe off. I think I was reading that somewhere. But yes, I have to get that prep for my therapist. That was one of my mental health images I did. But once I get everything hung up, I will go through and I'll show you what I've worked on over the years because I haven't really done that before. And I think that would be really fun just to kind of reminisce on what Stacy has done over the past, what, 3 years now? 4 years? I don't even know. I stopped counting. Um, I just do these really quick because of the fact I just do it to keep me busy while I'm watching TV and stuff because I can't sit still, or while I'm working because it's really boring at work. And I tried crocheting at work, but then I lose stitch counts because I'd get interrupted with a phone call. So yeah, that was always fun. And if I am going to crochet, I usually try and do something easy at work that has like repeats and not too many things I have to count in a row because then I'll lose my count. And yes, I can use stitch markers, and sometimes I do. I did send something to somebody, and I don't know what happened with UPS, but apparently they didn't receive it. So now I've got to verify if where they dropped it off at was the actual location, and make stuff all over again, which is fine because it just keeps me from boredom. But then it does take away from my diamond painting and my art. So it's a catch 22. I might just do something different because then it won't be rushed and I can just do a really cute blanket or something. Um, but I will have to see for sure. Yeah, so it's been so long. I don't even know where to start. Nothing exciting has really been going on other than us studying for our bat mitzvah. We took about 2 weeks off, which is to me way too long. I just kind of laxed off of it because I was doing so well, and I just kind of slacked off, which I'm ashamed to say, and I need to get back on it. We're getting bat mitzvahed in August, end of August. So I know I have time, and I'll pick up on it really quick. I have to write my Torah portion, what they call a Devar Torah. So I have to write that out, and I got the outline done. I kind of briefly wrote it already, but I think I want to rework a lot of it. And it's work. Like it's not something easy to do because you need to make sure you're making sense with what you're reading, um, and how like you interpret it versus how God interprets it. And yeah, it's a whole thing. And I'm not going to go into the religious aspects of things here because I try and keep that separate. Just the same thing as I don't really go into politics in here either. Um, so that's been keeping us busy. And I know now that Jackie's going to be out of school, which I thought she was out of school this week. And apparently, I was so wrong. They're only out for Memorial Weekend. I'm such a goofball. I don't actually know when they get out to school because it's not really marked on the calendar, so I'm going to have to find out when that last day is. Um, Although her teacher was like, sent a message saying it was really great working with the kids and blah, blah, blah. And I just got the notification that she's going on to eighth grade. Thank God, because we were really worried with her end of grades. She had to retake her math EOG, and she's just meeting grade level where I think last year she was exceeding. So we are going to be working on her math like crazy this year for summer because I do not want her to fall behind. We'll do a little bit with ELA, we'll do a little bit, of other stuff as well, but it's mostly just going to be math because she was a struggling. And maybe we'll just write books and book reports. I think we'll read books and do book reports, and that'll be good for her English. Sorry, hold on a sec. So sorry about that. Dog started barking, freaks me out at night because I don't have a camera system out in my car yet. Really need to get one installed, and I hate going to the door. Even in the day, I hate going to the door if I'm not expecting somebody. Just freaks me out. But anyway, so yeah, so we're writing that. Um, and we're having that celebration in August. And the EOGs, that's what I was talking about. I was going back and backtracking. So going back forward, we were discussing the EOGs. Yeah, and I thought school was already out because of the fact they got out early today, and I got a letter from her teacher saying it was great working with all the kids this year. And so, oh God, she's like, no, Mom, I was just playing with you. We still have like another couple weeks. And I was like, fuck, seriously? Because they cleaned out their desk and everything. So now I'm so like confused as to how long she's really out for and if she has to go back. So I'm going to check with another parent. It looked like on the calendar there was a dot to reflect or an asterisk to reflect the last day of school, but I might have been misreading it. I don't know. But she got a report card. She got to like not so great grades in social studies and science because she refused to do the work. So, not so happy about that. But it is what it is, and she did get on to the second grade or the eighth grade, I should say. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. And so, we're just gonna work. If she did the work, I'm sure she would have been passing fine. They're like, she does great on the test, but she just doesn't do her schoolwork. And I don't know how to get her to do her schoolwork. Neurodiversity, overwhelmed, not wanting to do a lot of work. I don't know. Not even doing extra credit to help, which totally sucks. As a parent, like, how much do I get involved with it, or how much does she have to learn? And it's hard because she doesn't really acknowledge consequences when it comes down to it. So that's another thing I'm going to be getting her evaluated with and make sure that her meds are okay with the ODD diagnosis she has and that it's not something more. Like, we need to get her fully tested for autism, and it's just like we've been waiting over a year. It'll be a year this summer, and now we have to wait another 6 months to get tested because the first place screwed up. So it just fucking sucks. It would be so much easier if I just had that diagnosis for her because, like, her doctor's like, yeah, she's got it. But how much, we don't know. She's very smart. She's very manipulative too, but she's a very smart kid. And the fact that she's actually passing her class without doing homework is amazing. Um, my dog is getting very angry right now, and I'm not sure why. Oh my gosh, I'm changing the subject. My dog, seriously, has been so obsessed with not leaving my side. It's driving me batshit crazy. Love my dog. She's been loyal from the get go, but she has not been this bad. Normally, she'll hang out in the room I'm in. She'll lay down on a couch when we're on the couch, or she'll come in on my bed. She can't get in my bed anymore because she's too old and the floor is too slippery. So we gave her a little bit of her own. Um, but it's like she gets up on the couch, she sits on the couch. I leave to go to the restroom, and she's got to get off the couch as soon as she gets on it to come follow me. Or I go into the laundry room, which she can clearly see where I am, and when she follows me in the laundry room, she just stands there. And I'm just like, girl, just go lay down and relax. Like, the hovering is off the chain right now. Um, and I know possibly the end of their lives, they usually do kind of stick around to their parents, I guess, master. I don't want to call it master, but to their loved ones to spend more time with them and stuff. But and she's getting pretty old, so I'm pretty sure that's what it's coming down to. But it's just, oh my gosh. It's like I need my space. I need a break. Like I not only need a break from my daughter, but now it's like I need a break from my dog. And it's just like I cannot have that me time ever. Um and it just gets so much sometimes. I get so overstimulated with it. It's just like go lay down and relax. Cuz if I could relax, I would be there right there with you. Um so just a little bit of an adjustment situation, but yeah, I just feel bad for her because she'll get up on the couch, she'll get nice and cozy, and then I'll have to get up to go do something. And even if it's just like a quick, I need to go and get my keys or I need to go and get a pen from my office, she has to follow me. Um, and then I come back out and we're right back on the couch again. It's just like, you don't need to follow me, babe. I'm going to be right back. Like, any advice, I would really appreciate it because I don't like losing my patience, and sometimes I do when it comes down to that. But I'm going to keep the dog's feelings in mind and just say she just wants to be loved. But she's very needy. Um, I'm not sure if old age, her like restrooms changing because I can't even go for an hour and there's accidents in the house, which is one of the good reasons I decided not to get carpets in my house. Thank God. And I have a steam mop to clean anything up, which is awesome. I love that thing. Um, and that's been working. But I just feel so bad for her. Like, I used to be able to go for 6 hours without any issues at all, period. Pushing it to 8 sometimes, but usually like 6 hours at least. I just think to myself, like, what the hell would happen if I actually had to go to work, drive to work, do an 8 hour shift, and drive home? That's like 10 hours away from the house. Like, how do dogs manage with their homeowners being gone for 8 hours? And that does not include the drive time. Like, how do you do that? Um, yeah, some people have like I guess a doggy door to lead out to their backyard so the dog can go when they need to, or pads for the dog, but I'm just like, oh my goodness. Um, so yeah, it's just really, really, I don't know, it's just different changes and um, sometimes it can be overwhelming. She never used to go in the trash either, and she's starting to pull trash down as well. That's what my other dog used to do. She never used to do it. And I'm like, I'm feeding you, girl. Like, what more do you want? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot to deal with. We're still trying to move in, and I'm getting overwhelmed and overstimulated with boxes because we don't have enough room in our recycle bin, and the recycle bin only comes once a month, which is ridiculous in itself. Like, at least twice a week, twice a month, please. Um, Sometimes it's twice a month if we have 5 weeks in the year. So, in the month, I mean. If not, then it's once a month, and it sucks because, like, I have a lot of boxes. Like, we get deliveries all the time. But I did buy a razor, and I cut the boxes in down, which makes it so much more manageable. It's just time consuming to do that. But that's what I do, and that helps, and that's keeping it simple, right? Um, let's see. I am working again, not technically full time because I have FMLA to do my meetings in the afternoon. I still go to my meetings. If you don't know what meetings they are, that's okay. Anonymity is awesome because of that. And so I do meetings for about 2 hours every noon. If you know, you know. If you're interested in going, let me know. Um, I can give you the deets. Just if you don't mind, like private messaging me that because I don't want to put that all on social media. I think I did a while ago and I just stopped going into details on it lately. Um, but so I'm doing that and it's a great mental health break and I've like been so fortunate where I can combine both my breaks in with my lunch so it takes less time away from me not working. Um, which I'm very thankful for because it's not like I'm taking that much time off. Instead of 2 hours taking off from work, I technically do take that amount or like 2.5 hours, but I'm only clocked at 1 or 1.5 because I combine an hour's worth of breaks and lunches total to deduct from there. So it's not as bad. Um, I'm not sure. My pace seems to be really wacky because I'm getting more than when I left. I'm not 100% sure as to why. Um, so I'm going to have to kind of get that looked into to see what's going on and make sure my vision insurance and stuff is still active. I got to pay that bill because when you go on leave, um, they don't take out anything for insurance at that point, and then you get billed for it. So I've got to get that paid today or tomorrow. Um, house stuff is still going on. I'm still not happy with the house. I actually need to find a lawyer for manufactured mobile homes that specializes in them because I'm having like a lot of issues and I don't think they're going to get fixed, which really is sad on a brand new house. I'm just not happy about it. Um, I've got a drawer that's still broken. I've got floors with like slices in them because of the corners where they cut too much. I've just got a lot of shit that I got a drawer that's falling apart in my kitchen I can't even barely use, and it's been a month and a half and I still don't have a replacement. I actually reported it a long time ago, but because they had to send a checkoff list and I had to wait for the checkoff list, I still have not had a properly done home. Um, it's just a lot, man. It really is. Manufactured homes, they're fucking cheap. Like, my home that we got out of was a manufactured home, and we didn't have any issues with it whatsoever. Not like I'm seeing in this one. And maybe that's because that one was painted. But, like, just the molding is not done properly. And the cracks in my shower, like where the caulking is, it's all cracked. And I'm just like, come on, please. And it's messy. They got caulking or I don't know what it is from the tiles they use, but it's like on the tile itself. Normally when you deal with the light switches on a backsplash, you cut around the backsplash where the light switches are. They didn't do that. They just set the light switch on top of the backsplash, so it doesn't lay flat. And it's just like, what the fuck? Um, so I'm just kind of wanting to hire somebody to come in and fix it all. Um, there's like nail holes, like where the nails were. They tried, I don't know, there's like little pointy things out of the entranceway of my door frames, like everywhere. And it's not nails, it's just like the pointy part of the nail, I guess. Just a little teeny tiny bit is sticking out. So you see all the roughness. And it's just like, I really need a manufacturer home lawyer because I just don't know what to do. If anybody knows of any, please, I like would love to get some 411 on what my rights are and what I can do about this, and if I can sue, if I can just hire someone to fix it. Um, it's like a major manufacturer home company though, so I'm just like, I don't know. Um, but yeah, so it's just the house has just been a little bit hindered. But our front porch is finally done. Our back porch is open, which I don't know why I didn't catch that I didn't put a railing on it or anything. It's just a block of cement with some brick and stairs, and there's nothing even to hold on to with the stairs. So I need to get that frame. That's going to be an extra cost. I'm not ready to do it now. It is fine the way it is as long as my dog doesn't pull me down the stairs, which she has a tendency to do. But it is what it is. It'll get framed eventually. I'll get a backing to it. I just don't know. I did PVC for the front, or that white plastic, so that I don't ever have to worry about it rusting or getting ruined from um, the weather and stuff. I don't know if I want to do wood in the back or not. I really want it low profile, um, but we'll just have to see. And then I need to get my driveway going. And oh, yeah, I need the yard flattened. Like, I have someone coming in hopefully on Monday to just pull everything up and kind of try and flatten the yard and take out an old gate that we have. Um, and I'm hoping and praying he does a good job. I was looking for a contract from him. He still hasn't sent me a contract. He just sent me kind of a quote on just an actual dollar amount. So it's just like, I don't know. I'm really worried that he might not even be licensed. I've got to look into that. Um, I don't know, because he's going to have to find dig sites. And, like, I don't know how he's going to do all that when there's not even, like, digging stuff. He's just leveling out, but you still have to dig to do that, I think. And then we have a mole or something crawling around our front yard all along the house. And I keep hearing little clunks, clunks. So I think he's like hitting. Oh, you can't see me. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can move this. All right, I just had to move the light pad. No worries. Um, but yeah, I hear little like clunks. My daughter's like, that's just the ice maker, Mom. And I'm really hoping that is, but where I see the lines from the little guy, I think I have to call like the exterminator, like a bug exterminator, to get that thing out of here. But we were told when we had the other house that there was one underneath that you can see the trails from it, but we never really. My dog actually got a hold of it. Um, but this little guy, I don't know. It sounds like he's hitting the house when he's trying to dig, which is great that he's just hitting it and not digging under it, hopefully, um, because that means that the house is pretty sealed from the bottom. But I am definitely going to be calling someone to get that taken care of. But I looked at it and I'm like, oh, the freaking trails along the front of the house. Oh my God. You can totally tell where it's been. I took the dog out. I put like some cayenne pepper to hopefully deter it. Um, I don't know if that worked or not, but I tried to get the dog out there to bark at it or dig at it to see if we can see where it was centralized. And no, and it's not even really that deep. Like, I put a stick and the stick hits the ground. It's just all the sand that we had from the move that I think it's dug through and the soft dirt. But the ground is like, it's hard when you get to the bottom. And I was able to get like a tree stick down to see. It was maybe like 1 or 2, maybe 1 foot, I think, down at the most. And our house is surrounded by brick. Um, but, you never know what's going on underneath. So I'll get someone to come in and take a look and exterminate. Be the exterminator. Um, so yeah, we got that issue. What else? What else? Working on art again. I got stuff released for June Pride, so check that out. RPC. And then I know Diamond Painting Bling Art has got some that I'm just releasing to her now, so those should be up for her. I will probably get those to her this weekend. Autism and my autism and June Pride kind of can go hand in hand if you think about it. It just depends on how you look at the image, but I try and title the images as a way that it works for both of them, unless it's pretty obvious. But like when you're talking about like kids, when you do like I have some June Pride just on like kids because my kid is going through that herself. And um, while I do gear it a little bit more towards neurodiversity, um, is it neuro and what's the other one? It starts diversity, I guess. Um, when I do my naming, I try and keep it broad so it can work for both of them. Um, but they're just so damn cute this year. I really am happy with how they turned out. I'm not going to be getting one because of the fact it won't get to me in time. Um, but the releases are out. I mean, it'll get to me in June, but if I order now, I can get it in June. Um, but I have ones that I want to work on, and as you can see, I'm trying to clean up ones I already have. So once I get like a lot of my inventory out, I am going to be working on um, things that I can get done quickly to see how many I can get through. I've got about 10 unboxings I have to do, and that's just for some. I still have some in another box I need to go through. So I probably have about 20 unboxings I need to work on. And I'm not even including the ones that I got from a company I'm no longer, I backed out of the license for. I'm not even doing those because I don't even know if I'm going to be diamond painting those, to be honest with you. As much as I like the art, yeah, I tried doing one of my images and it was just the glue was super not working and drills were popping like crazy. So, yeah, who knows? Um, but yeah, so I'm getting some art out. I am licensing with someone new who's not a diamond painting company. It's actually accessories. So you guys know that I do work with Bee's Crafty Corner. Um, and I do cover release sheets with hers, but I had somebody else reach out to me. And I did try this. When I first started diamond painting, I did try her stuff. So I was considered an OG, which I thought was really funny that she remembered me. She goes, "Yeah, I went to go check and see when you last did the order. Girl, last time you ordered with us was like when we were like brand spanking new." I said, "Yeah," and that's when the paper curled. So I stopped because I was like really direct. I let her know, and we just kind of got a chuckle. She goes, "Oh yeah, I remember that." She goes, "No, we changed everything." Um, so they were interested in my art, and so I'm getting my art released out to them. My crazy birds will be with them. My crazy characters. I think I'm going to reserve my both the crazy birds and the crazy characters for them because they kind of go hand in hand. Um, and then they'll probably get my June Pride images for the release papers. Just because I co-host that with Christopher, and I like to support small businesses, so I usually rotate. When I look for small businesses to help sponsor, I kind of rotate between um, June Pride and Retro Cult Classic. And so the ones I go with for the Retro Cult Classic, they will always be for the Retro Cult Classic. Those are like Bees and Bistro Blanks and Firefly Diamond Art. So we have stuff from them all the time, which I'm so thankful for. I haven't checked with Diamond Art or Firefly Diamond Art, excuse me, for the trays for next year, but I'm pretty sure that they would sponsor us again. Um, I'm actually using one of theirs right now. I haven't really used it before, and I don't know if you can see it, but it says Retro Cult Classic on the side. I don't have anything on the top, so I put stickers on the top. Be positive. Because I like to put stickers on the top instead of getting them personalized, because if I want to change the stickers, I can. So yeah, I really, really like that. And this one has interchangeable parts. This one is the element. Um, so you have, I think I've got three parts, but let me see. Yep, we do. So you have it if you're doing singles. So you can use a single placer one. You can use a full lined one like a normal tray. And then I have one with different varieties. So some are, oh, excuse me. Let me see if I can get some in here. Oh, look, and those lined up really nice too. Can you guys see that? See how those lined up right there? Let's see. There you go. These ones right here on the edge lined up perfectly. But you got fours, you got twos, you got threes, and then you have ones, and you have long ones right here as well. One, two, four, six. I think that was an eight before I bumped it out. Yeah, I think that one was an 8. So you have a little bit larger of a variety. So I only use these when I have a lot of one color that I'm going to be doing. Otherwise, it's a little bit more tougher to get these out, but these easily pop out if you need to switch it. And when you put the lid on, you can always put the lid on and flip it over like that to loosen the drills and then empty it out. But I'm going to just use them, and it does have the tab over here. I think they have some newer ones that have like a dial you can use instead. So yeah, so I just started using this one because this diamond painting is a pain in the butt for me. I don't even know the size of this one. How big was it? This one was a little bigger than I wanted. It's a 71 by 71. Oh, I didn't realize it was a square. Durr. It's a pretty big square. So yeah, that's what I'm working with right now. Um, yeah, so I am working with Crafts with Crashly. Um, and I'm really happy that she reached out to me and was super, super interested in my art. And it just made me feel really good. And so I have bees will always be, other than like June Pride stuff, bees will always be my firsties. And then I have things that I'll be giving to Crashly, Crafts with Crashly. Crafts with Crashly, I'll probably end up doing things more that are event related because I do know that they sponsor a ton of events. Bees does too, but I kind of like to keep my styles a little bit separate from each other. Um, but with Crafts with Crashly, it's going to be based on the actual image, not me as an artist. So if I give her like an image, there will always be a diamond painting available for my images. So I think on my bio, she's going to have it listed with the different diamond painting companies I do work with. So that way, if you guys are ever interested in an image, you can always go to the diamond paintings and see who has the diamond painting for it. And then Bees, I'm so grateful for Sabrina with Bees Crafty Corner. She does an amazing job as well. And I've always been thankful for what she provides. So I do provide her stuff. I get a little bit more selective with my stuff for her because I want it to be unique and something that'll work with the type of things that she has. So I want it to be more specialized and kind of handpicked for her. But both companies are awesome. I cannot wait to try Crashly's paper because like I said, I was just starting out with them when they first came on board. And the paper, I got the paper, and I think they actually sponsored our first Retro Cult Classic event. So, yeah, I think I still have their papers somewhere. But yeah, they curled so bad. I just laugh at it now because times have changed, and now I get to try them again and bring another company to mind. So I'm just very grateful, but it's just something I can crack up over now because we did get a chuckle over it. So I'm just glad that things have changed and she's doing, they were doing really good. She's just as silly as I am in terms of our mindsets, and I love that. I knew when I first met her, I think we were doing Nix's live or something, and I met her through there. And I just thought to myself, man, this girl is just as crazy as I am. And I don't know, it just fits. So it's kind of ironic that we got hooked up again. So I'm kind of very thankful for that. Um, and then, of course, RPC. I'm still working with RPC. And you got my links below so you can see who I'm working with. I do co-own RPC with the lovely Rose. I haven't been loading a lot of stuff lately because Rose is working on a lot of hand-drawn and it is taking some time. And then I've pretty much managing a whole 3 lives of mine. So it's very hard for me to get stuff up. And I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I would like to take the time to um, focus more on my hand drawn and try and get that a little bit up to speed and learn different techniques. Um, it's just hard to focus on everything right now. I tried to start one again for the second time and I just get distracted and don't go back to it. Sad to say, I know, but it is what it is. But I'll eventually get back to it. I promise. And let's see, mental health, still going. Both of us are still going to therapy, but like I said, I love my therapist. Oh my gosh. I'm not doing the EMDR as much anymore. It's only as needed, and I'm so grateful for that. Like it totally helped me with the dentist because I had such anxiety with my dentist that I hadn't gone. I hadn't gone for like almost 20 years to a dentist. And I ended up losing a tooth, and I know that I was having some mouth problems. Um, so I had to go through the if I can talk, got tongue tied there. I did go through the EMDR to project my traumas that I would run into when I was at the dental office, and oh my God, it totally helped. I am so thankful for that because I got in to get my teeth cleaned. I got into like I have to go back and get a cavity or two filled, but they're not really deep cavities. And I will be doing, I think, a little short EMDR on that just so I can refresh and not stress out when I get there. Just helps me to remember my tools and my breathing. Um, but yeah, I thought I had it scheduled. I'm wondering if I missed that appointment because it's been so long. So I am going to have to call them tomorrow and find out and hopefully not pay the penalty of missing the appointment if I did. But I just need to go back and get some cavities filled, and then I need some periodontal work done. And maybe I was going to return in my 6 months for the periodontal to have that done for that cleaning. I don't know. We'll see. I'll call them tomorrow and figure it out. No rush. Um, and then we're still waiting to get my daughter tested for autism, and we're getting her into a psychiatrist, I think is who it is, or psychologist, whichever one can prescribe meds, just to make sure that as she's growing, that her ADHD meds are okay, and she may or may not need it for other situations because we do have her on an ODD medication, but it's not really hitting the way I would expect it to hit. So the doctor's like, let's just get her evaluated and make sure she's on the right medication for her symptoms so we can kind of curb some of them because they do get taxing on me. Sometimes every day is like an argument when it doesn't have to be, and it's not just her teeny attitude. It's a lot more than that. Um, and because of my neurodiversity, the overstimulation of that all, and just the constant um, having to pull the words out of her mouth, like she can physically talk, but she doesn't like describe things as well as like a regular person. I shouldn't even say that. Like it's hard for her to like explain sometimes, and it just gets so taxing on me because I have to work extra hard to pull those questions out to get the answers that I'm looking for answered, or the what she's trying to explain answered, and it's like a guessing game, and then she gets exhausted from all the questions, and it's just like we're back to square one of not knowing what's going on, good or bad. So yeah, it's just really hard trying to find a balance, but it is all good. We will get there. She is an amazing, smart kid when she wants to be. When she doesn't do schoolwork, that's another story. Um, but I love her to death, and I'm so blessed. going through the challenges that I am going through because it's making me realize that this is why I'm on the planet Earth. This is why I went through the challenges I went to so I can identify them a lot sooner with her. And I'm just grateful. I'm starting to learn to be grateful for the life I had and the experiences I had because it helps me empathize with her a little bit more. I am empathizing with people in general. I am praying for people a lot more, which is awesome. Um, like I'll find that if someone's going through something, I can't, it's hard to do it at work. Um, because you don't have time for that connection because you're just kind of like working. Um, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there slowly but surely. But I am finding that I am praying for people a lot more, which is definitely unusual for me in the way I grew up. And I'm just grateful for that all. And every day is a blessing. It definitely is. I'm grateful for you guys for following me, for listening to me blah, 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 blah. Oops, turned off my light pad. Um, And I'm just grateful to have a means to be able to keep myself busy and avoid doing the chores I need to do. So there's that. And hopefully you can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you can. But yeah, so that's I think that's pretty much what's been going on. I'm still debating if I want to continue working. Right now, I do get my breaks, like I said, for my mental health. And I am so grateful that my therapist is like, yeah, during the holidays and stuff when she's out of school, because we are both working on therapy, we can do a family therapy and get you on a leave for mental health, interchange with your daughter so that way you can kind of get that one-on-one time and just focus on you guys. And he's like, I'll write you a note and whatever we need to do. I was like, oh my God, that would be great because right now I cannot do anything with her. I can't escape and just have fun because I have to work. And it's just so taxing because I want to take her places and I want to do things and I don't always have the time to take off from work to do it. Um, I can get a religious break if I need, which is great. I'm going to be doing that for the bat mitzvah, taking a week off of work. Um, I don't know if I want to use my PTO or not. I don't even know how much time off I have just because of everything. Um, which is why I'm so glad the therapist is like, yeah, I can write it for like 2 or 3 weeks and you guys can take, just spend quality time, communicating and working on each other. Um, Hopefully that would get approved. I don't know, but we shall see. And then, yeah, and then I can just go visit my peeps that keep me on the straight and narrow with my mental health, and I'm really excited about that. So, just learning a lot of stuff about myself and in general and how to manage situations and recognize, when I've hurt somebody, recognize when I need to apologize or just take it as a learning experience and move on and close that door. I don't ever hold grudges, but I am going through some challenges with a friend of mine, and I just pray on it and hope whatever happens happens, and that um, we both remain true to ourselves and reach out when we need to reach out, and we'll be there for each other if we need to be there for each other. But it's just kind of taken its own path, and I feel like there's been distance with it. And it's just hard to accept that. But I'm learning to, like, kind of just let it go and, just hope that, we're both on the right paths for each other and for what our needs are at the time. And when the time's right, we'll rekindle again, and that's okay. I've had that happen before. I know I can do it, and I will continue to do it and be okay. And with that, I am going to leave this with you guys because it is something that I'm working on. You guys have heard me talk about empathy and how hard it's been for me to show it just because I've closed off like a lot of emotions and I've been really working hard at showing that and kind of really, really meaning it, not just saying it because of work. And so with this, I'll leave you because it made it a little bit easier for me to grasp it. And empathy is inclusive with compassion. So if you're being empathetic, you're showing compassion. But, or at least it's one way of being empathetic. However, when you have a hard time using the words to show empathy, you can at least talk with compassion. Which to me means that if in the moment the person that I'm talking to doesn't want to hear, I understand, I know it's frustrating, because sometimes that can sound a little bit scripted, or like talking to a therapist. You want to make it more personable, and that's where your attitude comes in. And if you can just talk softly and just reassure them, look, I get it. Let me help you out with it. It's all empathy right there. So, compassion. Be compassionate if you can't be empathetic or don't know how to word in the empathy. And with that, I shall leave you. Hopefully, I left you on a good note. Maybe I taught you something. Maybe I didn't. Maybe my stories and my life experiences may help you with yours. I don't know. But I'm always one to open communication and talk. And feel free to put in chat anything you want to talk about. If you want me to follow up on anything, let me know and I'll follow up on stuff. And I will have some unboxings come to you as soon as I can empty out that memory on my phone. And will it be older Diamond Art Club stuff? Yes, it more than likely will be. I have one from Diamond Painting Shop and one from Dreamer Designs, but I think I might have already done the Dreamer Designs. Um, I think Dreamer Designs is Blueberry, which is another winter one that I was doing for winter the first year that I joined diamond painting, because I just went batshit crazy buying stuff, thinking I needed everything. But now I just work on what I have and try and finish everything. So we'll see how far I get this year. Um, and with that, I will say, ouch, out, out, out. Have a great night. I'm out of here. Um, You guys have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. Stay true to yourself. Be true. Be smart. Be wise. Be kind. Oh, real quick plug Bistro Blanks. If you haven't seen it, and I know it's kind of hard to see because my camera's a little blurry and fuzzy, but that is a Snow White pen I got for the Retro Cult Classic. Love it. It is red, and I wish I had a brighter light. Hold on, let me try and get my phone. I could use my phone light. There we go. So, and it's still a little bit blurry, but that's okay. It is what it is. But that's the Retro Cult Classic one from this year. This is the Retro Cult Classic one from last year, which I absolutely love as well. And I do have several others from them, but Bistro, it's my exclusive pen company. I love them to death. Um, their pens, like even though there's chunky monkeys, they sit and I don't have to squeeze them hard. Are they a little bit heavier? Yeah, but my hands never get really sore. And I don't press so hard, but I can just let this just rest and my hands in a super comfortable position. I'm not like grasping it like a pencil. Like I can hold it loosely and it works. And that's what I like. And I can still flip it, so I can do this, and then I can flip it and do this, and then I can do this, and I can do that. So I hold it like that too sometimes. But anyway, I just wanted to give that little plug. And then the release papers I'm using are these little guys from Bee's Crafty Corner. Love them, super, super thick. I think she has some thinner ones too. And then these are the ones that I got for my Satchmo. This one's a little dirty. But these are another size, and I got another set of them. I got two more. So one's my retro one from the image I created this year, and a Asian one for the Asian DP along. So those are going to wrap it up for my bees, and I'm going to show you the different sizes because I think now I officially have one, two, three, four different sizes of these. So I will show you the different sizes that I've got, and these are from the retro event. Jenny Rose did a really good job um, with the retro event. These are like really, I want to say kind of metallic-y. I don't even know. Shimmer. I don't know. It's just has a really different feeling. They are thick, but as you can see, they do curl just a little bit. Um, these are pretty flat. So, but I will try these as well. On my next image, I just love the what she chose. I love the style of it. And yeah, so there you go. There you have it. Love you guys. Please stay true to yourself. Be smart. Be wise. Be kind. Love yourself. Make time for yourself and have an awesome day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Toodaloo. Bye.